This technique that I'm about to share with you is so effective that it not only transforms the way your dog views you and gets them really, really into you, it also changes how people view you, and it's a little bit manipulative. So practice it with an open heart, practice it with consciousness, use it for the benefit. All right. The way that I'm going to focus on this, though, for most of this conversation is as a dog trainer, as a dog behaviorist. I'm not a huge fan of using treats to lure and to bribe. I like to have an authentic connection with my dog that's a little bit powerful, that allows me to get the dog into me when there's squirrels, when there's distractions, when there's other situations going on. Imagine your dog being more into you than tugging to the dog park, okay? So that's taking your value and skyrocketing it. The way that we do this is through play. Dogs love to play, and most people don't play with their dog the right way. When you play with your dog the right way, three things happen. One, you get some chase drive. The dog loves to chase. It either loves to chase or be chased. Two, you ignite the prey drive, the battle, the fight, the pounce, the bite. A lot of people are scared of these things, but your dog isn't. Your dog loves to play that way. The third thing is when you ignite those things, but you do it from the role of the gym teacher, it allows you to have gym class with your dog. And you can use this whole activity, which your dog gets really into, to train them to fetch the object, to train them to bring the object to you, to have such a drive to play with you that then you can have them work for you. Sit, come, lie down. All of these things are super important. And when you approach playtime from the emotional standpoint, which is I'm going to get you super hyper, but I'm also going to relate to you through this toy, through this object with boundaries, your dog starts to respect you in high drive moments. This is key. All right, so guys, there's no wrong way to play with your dog. This is just a high level discussion that as you begin to play with your dog more and more using a toy, but thinking about those three things that I just shared, what happens is your dog starts to love this activity. This activity can then replace, 5 minutes of this activity can replace a 30-minute walk. When I do this in training sessions with my clients, I'm paying attention to the cues that the dog is giving me, which is how excited are they during playing, and what is happening in that moment where they're like, okay, I'm done playing, and what I do with them next. Usually they're walking away and just kind of standing like, from there I am going into some obedience work, some leashed obedience, leash maneuvers, sits, downs. I'm basically acknowledging that the dog is satisfied with the exercise and is taking a moment, and I'm just doing a yoga style hypnotic sequence, which really allows the dog to get into a comfortable state, like submissive, which is a trigger word for a lot of people, but how about just a non-challenging aligning to whatever it is you're leading them to. That's natural, and we want to have that as a dog owner. So we use the play with the gym class first for the key moment, and we do a little bit of leash work. This stuff replaces walking your dog and thinking you're actually getting exercise out of your dog, giving your dog what it needs. 10 minutes of what I'm describing is like 35, 45 minutes of just walking your dog and sniffing from their perspective. They are way more satisfied, and they've worked harder. They've been focusing, and they've been working, and they've been enjoying it. All right, so how do we get our dog to be more, how is this going to make your dog more into you when the squirrels and when other things are around, is because you're going to end the play in a very specific way. When your dog is very eager into the playing, you are actually going to ghost the toy. You're going to take the toy and just get rid of it, and you're going to watch what your dog does. Your dog's going to be like, well, I want to play. I want to play with you. So this would be a key moment where you could do some yoga, get your dog working, and then bust the toy out again and do more play. And when your dog is eager to continue playing, you ghost the toy. This creates a gap in between your dog's favorite activity, and this is why it's so manipulative, is when there's a gap between coming together and being together with your dog. I'm trying to frame this so it makes sense with people too. When there's a gap between interacting with somebody, the vibe that you leave on and the way that it's ended is a communication signal to the subconscious. With our dog, what we're saying is we're controlling the toy and we're leading the class and we're ending it here. That's totally alpha. And it's not. And so this is significant because when you bring the toy out again, dog's just gonna have such a positive, excited, but disciplined reaction to it. So that comes from ghosting them when they're hot. So what would happen if you were walking past a squirrel and you have, let's say, your tug-of-war toy with you? You show it to your dog as the squirrel is as whatever the trigger is there, and you get your dog into you. Have them drop it, have them sit, have them look at the squirrel, play tug more. Your dog's learning to choose you, and it's got such a positive reinforcer to it. Great technique. Try that technique out. Let me know what you think of this video. Give it a subscribe, and if you have any questions, just ask me in the comments. Until next time.